Hi, Taurus. How are you? Welcome to your March reading. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for being a part of this community. I really, really enjoy it. Thank you very much for being here. All right, Taurus, let's go ahead and get started. I am using this month True Black Tarot. Okay. It sounds like it would be like very occultish and like mystical, like the dark side of spirituality. It sounds like that with the title, but it's not. It is it's a beautiful, beautiful deck. An artist, designer out of Massachusetts made it, and he even edged them. He edged all of them himself. Like, so cool. Very thick deck too. Very thick, heavy cards. Okay. It's called True Black. It is sexy. Okay, Tauruses, let's go ahead and get started, all right? Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. Spirit Universe, what are the messages for my Tauruses in March? Tauruses in March. I'm going to show the cards after I kind of do the reading and pull them out. Okay. Okay, well, they're flying all over the place. We are in the month of Pisces. We do have a lot of planets in Capricorn, right? We've got Mercury retrograde. There's lots of kind of good stuff. It's all good stuff, like, I guess, except for the Mercury retrograde, right? And then the Rahu Ketu North Node and South Node placements can typically cause a lot of drama. It's like every 18 and a half years, like when Rahu and Ketu go through their transit that they're in right now, it causes a lot of drama. So expect it to kind of start hitting, and it doesn't necessarily have to be negative, just very pronounced, okay? Like if you look back in history, it has to do with, now I'm talking about Vedic astrology, but when Rahu and Ketu are transiting Sagittarius, Gemini, every 18 and a half years, there's like the last time was 9/11, and then we have, I mean, all these famous events, bombing of Pearl Harbor, we have the Kennedy assassination. So it's like every 18 and a half years when Rahu and Ketu go through these transits, and we're there right now, it like some very pronounced things happen in the world, okay, politically. So there's a lot of, astrologically anyway, there's a lot of anticipation for that. Okay, so Spirit and Universe. I'm not saying it has to be bad. I'm not being doomsayer. And that's Vedic astrology too. So what does that mean, right? It means really that we're talking about actually Rahu and Ketu transiting. Taurus and Scorpio. So I think they go backwards. Hold up. Okay, so we're just going to talk about Vedic because I think Rahu Ketu go backwards, and I watch the Vedic astrology information on Rahu and Ketu. So I'm confused. I don't want to look it up right now. Anyway, I tried to look it up. Let's pass. Pass. But yeah, this transit's happening on March 7th, 2020. So not saying that something big is going to happen on that day, but it's like around this like 6-month, 7-month period of time starting when that transit actually takes place on March 7th. So it's going to be kind of interesting to watch. Keep your eyes open. Okay, so let's talk about what we have here. We have, now I'm doing the Celtic cross. So we have the 7 of Cups crossed by the moon. 7 of Cups reversed, by the way, and I don't know, it's a little too bright. I don't know if you can see this, but that's a fox. It's not going to focus. That's a little fox laying in amongst golden fruit and golden leaves. Okay, so what are normally the 9 of, or not 7, but the 9 of Cups. So this has to do with wishes coming true, enjoying singledom, like eating and drinking, being merry, going out and party, kind of overindulgence. But this is reversed. And then we have the moon crossing this. So something is something's going to be coming to light that is going to be very apparent to you to cause this kind of breakdown, right? Now, the thing with the Nine of Cups is it could be the card of wishes coming true. Yes, that's what everybody always says. Wishes coming true, wish fulfillment, blah, blah. Yes, it could be, definitely. But it also has to do with, it's also known as like the Bachelor card, right? Partying too much, drinking too much, overindulging in food, overindulging in alcohol. And so when this is reversed, that means that you're either stopping that, wanting to stop that, or you're like, I'm done being single, I'm ready to settle down, okay? Now, the moon, something's going to happen here with this situation that's going to come to light to cause this, okay? Cause you to want to settle down. Something's going to come to light that's going to make you want to change your behavior. Okay. I'm taking this card out. I don't know, maybe I won't. This is one of those tarot decks that has an extra major arcana card. Okay, we know we know that when there's a space between the World and the Fool. Okay, the World is the 22nd major arcana card, and then the Fool, the major arcana card in tarot is one whole cycle, right? From inception all the way through a whole cycle till the end of the cycle. So, but we also know through law of attraction, manifestation, quantum physics, quantum theories, we also know that there is this space, and even if you listen to books like The Science of Getting Rich and Think and Grow Rich, and books like that, there's this space between the end and the beginning, where in the book called The Science of Getting Rich, it's called thinking stuff, right? It's energy. It's all the stuff that's around us, our aura, because everything really in the world, and we all know this, I'm not repeating anything that's new to you, but we all know that everything is made up of energy, everything, even the air, the space. So we also know that when we speak words out into the universe, that's a vibration, and it causes it to resonate against something. And same with our thoughts. That's a frequency. It's a vibration coming from us that goes out into the universe. So the universe and all the energetic fields around you can match that, and you get what you think about, right? You get what you talk about. You are what you talk about. So the reason why I'm spending so much time on this is because there are several newer tarot decks that have this 23rd or 0 minus A, 0 minus X tarot card that has to do with this space between the end and the beginning, okay? And in this deck, it's called a knot, all right? And then in the Fountain Tarot, it's called the Fountain, right? And I mean, a lot of people listen to Amber Khan's The Quietest Revolution podcast, and she talks about it a lot, but it's the fountain. It's where you come up with these ideas. It's where you're set with this space. It's where you put forth the manifestation power of your own being into that. Okay, so that's why this is kind of representing a fetus, right? Something that's new. Okay, so I'm going to leave this in your reading, Taurus, as the foundation. This is big. This is the foundation of your whole month. Has to do with the birth, the conceptualization of something. Okay? Crowning your reading is the King of Pentacles. Money, money, money. So this has to do with success, stability, building wealth, building your physical reality, right? What you've been wanting to do. Okay. And they're popping out all over the place. Eight of Swords, short distance travel. You could be going to and fro, okay? Going here, going there. It's like almost as if you're talking to a bunch of new people, you're meeting new people, you're going to new places, maybe you're moving, okay? Maybe you could be learning a new language, but this is going to and fro, going to and fro. Quick distance travel. Now this is in your past. So come March, or right at the entrance of March, this has been taking place, okay? You're kind of moving all about, okay? And frankly, I have a really good friend who is a Taurus, and he recently has moved. Okay, so it was like all this, like going here, going there, doing this, doing that. Okay, driving back and forth, like getting ready to make this full final transition. Like got a really awesome job, all this like intermediary stuff before he could be what? Okay, before he could be what? Settled. Okay. Recent past, recent future, Taurus. Recent future. I don't know if you ever listen to, if you're into like predictive astrology, I love Joni Patry, Jonapatry. She's awesome. She's Vedic. She's a Vedic astrologer. I've actually had a personal private reading with her, and I love her. But she has all of these, does all these predictions on like the coronavirus and the Trump and the United States. She does a lot of geographical and financial, like she does a lot of astrology on cryptocurrencies and countries, right? And like she did one on the virus, the coronavirus. Like let's look at the coronavirus in an astrological view. Okay, it's really cool. She's really cool. Okay, in your future, your near future, we have the Three of Pentacles. So leveling up. Okay, we know you're leveling up. Like we know you're leveling up because you're making yourself level up. Okay, money, money, money. This is stability. This is money. You're an earth sign. We've got all this power in Capricorn right now, regardless of Mercury being retrograde. Who cares? Okay, you're an earth sign. That stuff doesn't affect you. I mean, you're like, I'm not going to let it affect me. I'm just going to stick to the grindstone. Keep doing. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, it pays off. It pays off. It pays off. I love it. Good job. Good job, Tauruses. You guys always amaze me at the amount of energy you have. You always amaze me at the amount of energy you have. I was listening to Joni Patry's reading today on Donald Trump. And in Vedic astrology, he's actually a Taurus. And she talks a lot about the Taurian energy. And I've worked with several Tauruses before. And even this friend that I was telling you about, like, I know you guys have just this insane energy where you just keep going. And like, I used to work for a home builder, and I worked with two Tauruses there. And they both would just work. Like, they get there 2 hours before everybody else. They stay later. They're consistent. They don't take downtime. They don't really take breaks. They just go and go and go and go. It's like the Energizer Bunny. And it just and even with this friend I'm telling you about, like, he's just always working. And it's cool. I love that energy. So she was talking about that. Okay, so how you are viewing yourself, Taurus. How you are viewing yourself is the Magician. So you are feeling all powerful, all in control, have all the ability, all the capability of being able to manifest. Okay, you're feeling like this is 100% in your control. We know it is. Okay, we're learning more and more and more about it as time passes. Okay, we already know that it is, but you like know it. Okay, you're using it. And there's so much to this deck I haven't learned yet. You see in the background, there's these shiny aspects on these cards. They're not on everything. I think they're on the major arcanas for the most part. A lot of those, not on this particular one, but on a lot of them, he talks about that these are constellations, and there's all these added background story to these, which I have yet to learn. Okay, so anyway, the Magician. You know you're doing it. You're excited about it. You're just feeling really good about where you are in life and where you've gotten yourself. Okay? Now let's look at where other people are viewing. How are we on time? How are other people viewing you, Taurus? Because you're viewing yourself, rightly so, okay, as the Magician. What are other people viewing you as? World reversed. So, so something's not fully over, but you're making it. Okay, you're right at that. It's not fully over yet, but it's getting over. Okay, you've already kind of mentally been here, and they're not ready for you to go. All right, Other people aren't ready for you to start this new phase. Other people aren't ready for you to make the move. Other people aren't ready for you to move on with your life. Okay? You certainly are. Other people aren't yet. And that's okay. You just keep going. Now let's look at your hopes and your fears. What's kind of bothering you about, because I feel like you've done something, there's been a major shift in your life. And I actually just got a good friend that's a Taurus that had a very, very, very sick sister, and I need to, this is kind of making me feel like I need to reach out and see if her sister's doing okay. Two of Swords, hopes and fears. Okay, you are making a decision. You've made the decision. Oh, shiz. There we go. I'll put this back in the deck. You've made the decision. Okay, hopes and fears, hopes that it was the right one, afraid that it wasn't the right one. It's so simple. The hopes and fears position in that reading is, I don't know if I'm not doing it right, but it's just so basic. Every card that comes out, it's like, you're hoping this, but you're also fearing that. Okay, it's too easy for me. So let's look at this a little bit. Maybe in the extended, we'll go a little bit more in depth about this, because I feel like other people are feeling like you're maybe moving or making this transition prematurely. You're well on your way. It was a decision that you made. And you typically, I can't see that you would be second guessing yourself in any sort of way, fearing sort of way. Like, was this the right decision? I can't see you thinking that. So I want to look at this or leave your comments below. I want to know what your thoughts are on this, because I can't see you really thinking that way. I really can't. Let's look at an outcome card. Spirit Universe, what are the outcome messages for my Tauruses? Outcome messages for my Tauruses. Ooh, the Chariot. Okay, you're gone, baby. You are gone. Gone, baby, gone. You're on next level. You're making stuff happen. People are like, wait, you didn't say goodbye. And you're like, whatever, I'm going to buy you a house 2 years from now. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm making stuff happen, right? I don't care. I'm gone. Like, I'll take you on a cruise in 5 years, or I'll come back and get you, right? You're gone. I love it. I love it. Okay, let's pull this down and take a look at these. Let me organize them a little bit better. They are, they are going to be upside down for you, okay? I apologize for that. I haven't figured out, I feng shuied my place, and I love it so much, but I got to get all my camera work all figured out. I haven't figured that out yet, so bear with me. I apologize. You see all that? Oh, you know what else? We did look at the bottom of the deck. I'm sorry, we're going to do it now. We didn't do it at the beginning. We should have. Okay, we have the Four of Swords. This could be telling you might need to rest a little bit. We have the Victory. And then we have Death. Again, this is a major transformation for you. We already know this. Okay, this is not a surprise. Can you see these? This is a major change that is leading to a major victory. Okay, so let's look at these real quick, and then we'll get into the extended. Okay, here's the foundation, okay, Anant, okay, the creative space, the thinking stuff, right? The energy that surrounds and responds and reacts to the vibrations that we put out based on our thoughts and our words. Here we have, now here's the Nine of Cups. Okay, remember this was reversed. All right, something's coming to light. Major shift. You know, you might have been kind of taking it easy because you were anticipating this major shift and you were going to kind of preparing yourself to do it. So you were partying it up until then. And now that it's happened, you're like, okay, cool. Like now I'm ready to settle down. I'm ready to start really building, leveling up. Okay, got to get everything sorted out before I actually start. Here you are. Okay, collecting, building stability, building security for yourself, building comfort for yourself and those you love. And then here you are, the Magician, how you view yourself. Love it. It goes right along with the all the manifestation theories, quantum physics that we know about. Not even a theory, but that we know about. And you're really stepping into your power here. Other people, they're not ready for you to go. Don't go, don't go. What was this again? Oh yeah, the world reversed. And you see how now there's numbers on these. There's numbers on these, and it means something. I don't know what that means yet, but it's almost like she's trapped in a web. Like this person that doesn't want you to go, that doesn't want you to change. Okay, they don't want you to change or leave because they're afraid of facing themselves. They're not ready for the show to end within themselves because they're gonna have to face themselves and learn and grow and develop. You're like well past that already. You already made that decision a long time ago. Two of Swords. We're going to pull some clarifiers. And then we have the Chariot, because remember, you're gone, baby. You're gone. So what we're going to pull a lot of clarifiers on, I want to talk a lot about this, the Anant. Let's talk a little bit about this going and coming, all this quick moving energy. Certainly this Four of Swords, because rest is not really your forte, Taurus. Now we know you like to be comfortable, right? You like to be comfortable and situated. But in terms of like taking a nap to sort out your energy, that could be just because there's all this movement and you finally, like my friend, I mean, he just is moving here. He's selling his house. He's moving here. He's getting moved in. He's starting a new job. And after he finally gets all settled in and moved in, he's probably just going to want to just like take a weekend and rest, right? That type of a thing. But massive transformation here. Major transformation that's leading to and from and with a huge victory associated with it. So we're going to focus a lot on this because there's so much positivity here. I want to keep going with that positivity. We will talk a lot about and clarify the emphasis on what this leveling up is. We will definitely talk about this. Yeah, we definitely are going to talk about the Moon and the Nine of Cups because, I mean, to me, it seems like this is saying you're really just making a decision to change your life. You really are, and you really are. Okay, and then we're going to talk about this Chariot, because the one thing with the chariot, it does mean go, but it also means there's two leaders, right? You have to choose an option. It's swift movement. Oh, they're right here, the doves. Okay, you can go this way or you can go this way. Okay, and I want to focus on that. What the other option is, because what you chose seems to be working out in your favor. But I want to focus on that and then also talk about the what the other option was, okay? All right, Tauruses, I'll see you in the extended. I love you. Bye.